Okay, this is Ringwalk Media in association with Welleyes Therapy and Steel Hub Management. We've got the champ in the room, Natasha Jonas. How are you?
I'm good. I'm cold, so that's why I've got my hot chocolate.
I'll tell you what, I need one of those. It is bloody freezing here at Bowlers, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's freezing.
Well, listen, great to see you. First of all, before we talk about anything else, we're going to talk about your lad. You're managing a lad called Mikie Tallon. He's had one fight, a cracking background as far as amateurs concerned. What are you looking for with Mikie? Because he obviously seems to be a decent prospect.
Yeah, we just got, every fight that he's in, he's got to learn. He hasn't had no senior experience, so we've got to, help him develop into a man, and then help him develop into the sport. So
I'll tell you what, he's in a very, very good place to do that with all the experience around, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, look at the sparring that he gets just in the gym alone is world class. So, he's taken it all in a stride. He works hard, and he's been a pleasure.
He's a very confident young man, isn't he? I think he approached you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. To be honest, he doesn't say much, but he lets his boxing do the talk, which is I really appreciate that.
I wonder where he gets that from. Well, listen, of course, you've got a big announcement that you've had. You've got a massive show over in your hometown of Liverpool coming up against Michaela Mayer. A great fight.
Yeah, I mean, I said I wanted to be in big fights, and I am getting towards the latter stages of the career, shall we say, and I want them big fights and the big nights, and I think they're the legacy fights for me, and she's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great she's a great fighter. She's done an awful lot. She's obviously coming for your belts, so I'm assuming there's no kind of rematch clause in there. You're going to take this as a one fight sort of hit, and then you've got another target for the next fight after, depending on what happens.
There's no rematch if I win, for me. Yeah. So it's just off the bigger, better things. I think Ben has openly spoken about the fights that we want next. But to be honest, none of them fights even happen if I don't beat Maya. So I just concentrate on the fight that's in front of me, and go out and perform on the night.
We saw you two at her fight in Manchester a little while ago, having a couple of chats. Is that where the kind of the negotiation started, shall we say?
Yeah, we practically made the fight there and then. It was just for Ben to sort out the particulars. I think, at the time, Chantal and Katie are tied up for 2 fights, or 1 fight at the time. McCaskill, Sandy was all tied up. Michaela's coming up from this kind of super featherweight lightweight, so she doesn't want to go up too far and go to 154. I didn't want to go to 154. Come back down to 147. So it just made sense. She's a big name. She's well respected within the sport. Got a good amateur background, and it's a good fight.
And obviously, of course, Katie and Chantal fighting tomorrow. We've just come back from Dublin and we're going again tomorrow morning. Katie is in a different mode out there. She's not doing any media. She's very focused. And I think Chantal is going to step up as well. I think this is going to be a totally different fight, and it's very, very hard to call.
It is. I think Chantal would have gone in with a kind of respect and bought into the aura of Katie. Yeah. I think this time she doesn't. I also think that Katie does, like you say, it's a different version of Katie, and she has to be better. Because the old version of Katie didn't beat Chantal then, and it won't beat Chantal now. I think both have come in with a different mindset of, now one's not scared, and now one's got everything to gain, and she doesn't want to lose again. It's a good fight. I still think the same happens, if I'm honest.
And Eddie's hinted that there's going to be a trilogy, and the third fight will finally be at Croke Park.
It's a big fight. It's a big occasion. I don't really understand why there was never for Katie's belt anyway. It would have made sense to do one, but it is what it is. That's a big fight. Croke Park's a big, amazing venue. I've been there before for the Gaelic football, I think, or the Gaelic. So, that'd be tremendous.
Listen, we're really, really pleased. You got your manager's license recently, and I'm just so pleased that you're going down this route. Your knowledge and your success is going to kind of get delivered into the next generation. What made you decide to kind of go this route?
To be honest, I just wanted to manage myself. I never intended to manage anybody else. And then, like you say, Mikie approached me, and I did all my background checks on him, spoke to his England coaches, and I was meeting with his amateur coaches at the time, and he's a good talent. Like I say, he'd come up the gym, he works hard, and it was an opportunity I couldn't turn down, to be honest. So yeah, I took that, and ever since I've had other people asking. So yeah, it could be another opportunity, another door that's open for when my career ends. And all my life also I've done is take the opportunities when they come, and if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't.
Could end up seeing you running Joe's gym for him. You never know.
I could be the next Don King.
God, don't get the haircut. Now listen, Serrano. Okay, she recently fought 3-minute rounds. Not the first woman to do it, but recently. She's now come out and said she's now no longer going to fight any other fight but 3-minute rounds. The governing bodies are obviously saying, well, we're not going to recognise that. So the belts look like they're going to get distributed. What do you think about that situation?
I do think it should be a choice for females. There's so many factors about a 3-minute round, and to be honest, as an athlete myself, I don't actually know what the answer is. I don't know what the science is, because every person, people who are pro 3 minutes, they've got the science to back what they say. The people who are pro 2 minutes have got the science to back what they say. So as an athlete, I'm just ill-informed. I don't know which science is right, and there's no independent body or study that comes out and says, actually, we're independent from no one, we're not sticking, but this is right and this is right. So we don't know. What I will say is that a lot of fans say we want a 3-minute round because women's fight needs to see more knockouts. But then when you think about the big fights and the big knockouts that have happened here, with Terry Harper, with Sav when she knocked out Femke Hermans, the first thing that people said was that I didn't like to see that. So what people say that they want and the reality of that actually happening is two different things. Maybe a step would be to do 12 2-minute rounds and maybe progress from there. I don't know what the answer is, but sometimes what people say they want and the reality of it are two different things.
You're not the first person to say that, actually. We've spoken to 2 or 3 girls, someone like Raven Chapman, for example. She said that might be the natural progression, 12 2-minute rounds first and then go from there. Whatever it is actually progress, isn't it?
No, and like I say, it should be up to the boxer which they want, not necessarily down to the governing bodies.
Now listen, I know you got to go off in a minute, but one more quick one. Chloe Watson, Friday, she's got a European title fight live on TV. Finally, they put her as a co-main event, and she is looking absolutely on tip-top form. She's got a great fight ahead, hasn't she? Yeah,
Chloe's been class since an amateur. She's always stood out for me. I've always believed in her, I've always supported her, and I will be doing on Friday as well.
Listen, you got to go and get your man ready for his fight because he's on next, I think. So thank you so much for spending the time with us. Have a great night, and we look forward to your big night in Liverpool next year.